All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Software Gore. As always, if you encounter a bug with YouTube while watching this video, make sure to tweet it at me for the sake of the irony. I won't do anything with it other than look at it, but it seems to be the thing to do. So let's keep it rolling. Let's start off with number 19. My little sister told me she just got her best score ever on her math game. Yeah, see, the problem here is you can't get 142% overall score on anything, and also there are wrong answers. 0 plus 0. I mean, that's an easy one. Come on, you can get that. What's nothing plus nothing? It's sure as hell isn't 1. It's okay. You'll get them next time. What I think probably happened here is it inverted the fraction, so it should be 1 over 1.42 would be like the correct answer. Which, I don't know, what's that, like 70%, something along those lines. It's okay. C minus still sort of passes. Be like getting a 1 star out of 3 stars on a video game level, and you probably want to go back and you want to get the 3 stars. So it's okay. You'll get them next time. The world's fastest Discord bots with a Pong time. Can't say I've ever heard ping time referred to as Pong time. I get where it comes from, but I'm not sure if I support it or not. It's like a fellow kids kind of joke. Anyway, a Pong time of negative 63 milliseconds. Wow. That's incredible. It must be traveling like near the speed of light, and so there's some time dilation going on, so time's actually passing slower for it, and therefore the Pong time, all things included, is negative somehow. I don't think that explanation actually worked scientifically, but we're gonna go with it anyway. Yes, that guy. Something. Joe Paul Ribeye. Very tasty last name. Ribeye. That's the combination. Joe Paul Ribeye, our newest politician, who adopts stances on policies of things that are sure to be quite very political. I just want to convert SVG to PNG. I was about to say it looks like Gamecube from the thumbnail, and I was going to be really pleased with my ability to make a reference of, well, that looks like a Gamecube logo does, except it actually is the Gamecube logo. So I guess I'm good at identifying that, at least from the small thumbnail. I had a Gamecube. I was one of the nobody else that I knew who elected to go with Gamecube over PlayStation 2 and Xbox, but I was proud of my decision. I got to play Mario stuff, and they did. And now it seems like everyone I know gets like the Switch and the Wii and all that, and I don't have those. It seems like I go basically the opposite of the route that everybody else takes for some reason when it comes to consoles. Also, I don't actually know what an SVG is, and I do a lot of stuff with Photoshop, so maybe that's a bad thing, but mostly my Photoshop is me putting my face into thumbnails. Gotta isolate my face from the background, except on these, it's just you get that background, but in others, gotta isolate the face. The white background makes it easier. Turns out you don't even need a green screen. You can have a white screen and you can just isolate it. I might be white, but at least there's a slight difference enough. Although I will say, like, if my hand is against my face, it actually will I'll set the tolerance really low in Photoshop, and I will end up blending from the wall into my face. And I'm like, oh, guess I'm pretty white if it can't differentiate between the wall and my skin. Everything is just fine. That must have taken a lot of effort to put that title together. I have no idea how you did it. Yeah, if I saw that, I would be worried about my graphics card. It seems like something might have gone wrong, and I'm hoping that restarting your computer fixed it, but if it didn't, I really have no advice to give you right there. Maybe you're just very conscious of opportunities to get internet karma points, and when something like this happens, rather than try to troubleshoot it, you're like, all right, let's take a photo. We're gonna be #1 on Software Gore, which probably would have been pretty hard to post. I can explain, officer. Error. Unable to view users 18 years or older. I thought you had to at least declare that you were over 18 in order to use an app like Tinder. Is there a minor version? A version where if you certify that you're under 18, you can browse other people who are under 18, but it'll block off people who are over 18 unless it errors out and tries to, and then it catches itself. I don't want to imagine, but high schoolers swiping through each other high schooler. You have school for that. You don't need that. You meet other people at school. That's why school exists, so you can meet other kids and socialize. You don't need. That's just weird. The Coke machine really wanted me to get a Fanta. Not a Fanta, want a Fanta. I've never experienced it doing this, but I just love all of the options. It's such a beautiful thing. Look at all the combinations that you can have there of grape and raspberry and orange. Yeah, I mean, it's telling you that this is the right way to go. And I agree, because fruit-flavored sodas are pretty fantastic. It's just a bummer that when it comes to like the diet, low-calorie versions of fruit sodas, usually they're not very good. You know, you're getting the sugar here. And that it's just, you're making the right choice. That's all it's trying to tell you. It's emphasizing that you want a Fanta. Weak Apple ID password. Your password must have 8 or more characters, upper and lowercase letters, at least one number. Strength of your password is very weak. Actually, in case you didn't know, once you add an extra character after 32, all of a sudden it's basically like you just typed in 00000. You pulled a Kanye right there, and we can't have that. So just shorten it by 1. In fairness, pretty unlikely someone's gonna brute force a 32 character password. So you're probably gonna be okay, unless you use like dictionary terms straight up, but even then 32 characters pretty tough to brute force. My tip to everyone out there, use different passwords for every single service that you use. That way if one of them gets compromised and their database gets gotten into by someone, it doesn't affect any of your other accounts at the very least. Now it means you have to manage all your passwords in some way, shape, or form. It might be tedious, but it's good practice. I'm preventing you from having account Gore. I think my flash drive may be corrupted. That seems annoying. At least you can probably get it to stop by unplugging it. Can you imagine if you like put your flash drive into your computer and it was working at first, you drag the files, you're like, all right, it's gonna take a while to transfer the files. You walk away from your computer, or you do it right before you're about to go to bed. I'm having voice Gore right now. And then you wake up in the morning, come to your computer. It would probably have actually crashed by then. You probably would have blue screened. Maybe it wouldn't have gotten super far, but I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe you just have a million windows. I'm sorry that's happened to you. Hopefully it didn't have any important files that aren't backed up elsewhere. Otherwise, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, I don't mind having my face be the icon of every single program, right? I always find it weird that every time I go into the Windows or search or whatever, it just brings up some random photo that I recently accessed for a thumbnail. I don't need to see that every time that I open this up in order to browse through a program. I appreciate that you're trying to help me access recently opened things, but those are one-time use. I'm not just going and, you know, browsing through all my stupid thumbnail faces on a regular basis. Like, oh, there's good memories from that one time that I was sat right here in front of this white wall making a stupid face. I really remember that day. Child protection is confusing. Question 20. What is bullying all about? Environment, change, image, power. Correct. That is incorrect. I feel like you could maybe apply image, like the bully is trying to create an image for themselves as like an intimidating sort of figure. So it seems like more than one could apply, and maybe that's why you were marked as incorrect. Power was correct partly, but also you needed to somehow select image, even though it only allows you to choose one. But you were supposed to figure out how to do that. Okay, you were supposed to bully the software into allowing you to choose multiple ones, even though it doesn't want you to. You were supposed to pressure it and bully it into doing so. And then you actually would have gotten it correct. Sorry. Fast charging really has come a long way. Wow, that went from 0 to 100 real quick. You'd say that escalated quickly. So the real question here is your battery really low, or is it fully charged? Where are we here? Was it really low? And it's just that when you have the thing plugged in, it accidentally displays that it's 100%, but it is actually charging in the meantime. Or does your battery just always think it's a 0% even if it's fully charged? It'll still say 0%. This could go either way here. Is this a thing that, like, if you always leave something plugged in when it has a battery, it's not good for it because the battery doesn't learn how to be a battery or something, which sounds weird to say. You're unable to let the battery fly free, live up to its true potential. It never gets drained. It gets to recycle. Don't let your batteries not be batteries. Well, this is a new one. That's interesting. It just mirrored your phone. Maybe what it thought is that it'd be kind of cool if it created it did some self-reflection, evaluated how it's doing, and the only way to do that is to actually reflect. And now hopefully the phone is performing much better, or at least has a better understanding of what it is. They somehow managed to kick each other. Nice. Josh removed Lucas from the conversation. Lucas removed Josh from the conversation. Wait, what the heck? Hold on. This is like a double boxing knockout or something like this. Is that even possible to do in technology where things are moving at the speed of light? Like, a double boxing knockout has actually happened before. I've seen a video of it. It's quite fantastic. But I don't know if you can actually hit submit so much at the exact same time that both of them can actually kick each other. Also, man, how mad did they both get at the same time where they're like, no, you're out. I do this all the time, LMAO. You can remove the other person from a group chat even if you're kicked. And if you do it right, you can add yourself back into the conversation. What? We're getting tips here. You have to go into airplane mode, send a message to the chat so it says not delivered, then get off airplane mode and click on the message and attempt to resend. Oh God, is that a real exploit? Well, don't abuse that. People don't want you in a group chat and you keep rejoining. You're probably gonna have to face those people in person at some point, and they're gonna be annoyed with you. I don't recommend doing that unless there's a good joke payoff to it. That seems like some software gore in and of itself right there. TuneIn doesn't let you change your password if your old password doesn't meet the new requirements. Change password. Your password must be between 8 and 12 characters long and must contain letters and either numbers or special characters. Old password. Wait, what? So they updated their password criteria since you made your account. How did it let you log in? So it lets you log in, but then you go to change your password and it's like, sorry, your old password's not valid. Here to update your old insecure password. Insecure, unsecure, not secure password. You know, it doesn't fit our criteria, so you're stuck with it. Hopefully they've fixed that, because that seems like a problem. I'm XXX 21XXX years old then. Oh man, that would have been a sweet gamer tag. How old are you? 21. User already exists. Apparently they only have one person on this entire platform who is of this age. They want a very, very specific but widespread sample size of users. They want one person ranged at age 1 all the way through age whatever the oldest person is on the planet, and they just want to get the feedback on how these people do whatever it is this site does from a very wide range. They're collecting important data here. I don't know how you're going to actually get onto that site. I guess type in that you're maybe 20,000 years old and it'll be like, okay, cool. This is the hardest decision of my life. Choose how you want to appear on Xbox Live. I'm going to choose the one on the left any day just because I want to see if it actually ends up displaying that way to everybody else. I feel like it probably wouldn't, and it's just to you, but I would still do it anyway. And then I'd text a friend, hey, can you get on Xbox real quick? Does my avatar look weird? They'd be like, define weird. I'd be like, nah, it's definitely not it then. Shoot. I'd be so disappointed, but also I expected it, but I'd be disappointed at the same time. Yes, Google, that's exactly how bridges work. To be fair, this isn't really software gore, because I can give a reasonable explanation for why this be what it be. Look, Google does not have the full 3-dimensional setup, which is absolutely, can I just say, how incredible it is that Google has, for many major cities, LA included, some frickin' three-dimensional, all the buildings. My childhood dreams realized that when I was a kid back in Santa Barbara, I would always drive by these big gates and be like, I wonder what the fancy houses look like behind there. Thanks to Google, I can look at all of them and freaking spin around in 3D and look at every detail and be like, oh, it's a pretty cool house that I drove by when I was younger. Not every city has this though, but they do have the topography of the world in most places, which is also amazing. However, if they have the topography of the world, but they don't have the whole city done in 3D, when you go for the 3D view, you're gonna get something like that happening. Not really software gore, it's just they don't have everywhere yet. I ain't even mad at the software gore. It's just amazing technology. Freaking Google Maps is wild. That's it for the last month of Software Gore. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. Assuming you can like and there's no bug going on with that. Subscribe if you're not already. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch the other Software Gore video, or if you're watching this way in the future, maybe many others. I'll see you next time.